Now, for MPC and BPC students, physics is the common. Up to 10th you have studied physical science, but in intermediate, that physical science is two parts. One subject becomes physics, another subject becomes chemistry. And in the physics, in the first year syllabus of physics, totally we have 14 chapters. Already in our online education program, our lecturers are explained about the syllabus, means the chapters names. Totally we have 14 chapters in first year physics. Already few of the classes you are listened in this online education program. Now I am starting today the 11th chapter in our syllabus. 11th, 12th and 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th. Okay, sorry, it is a 12th chapter, not 11th chapter, it is 12th chapter. The 12th chapter, 12th, 13 and 14, these three chapters deals about thermal physics. 12, 13 and 14, these three chapters deals the thermal physics. And one more thing, these three chapters again repeats in chemistry, in first year chemistry. So you listen all the classes with interest. After that, you record whatever we are written on the board and try to listen the classes rigorously. No need to practice. Okay, maximum you listen these online classes in your mobile phones. Otherwise, if you have a computer or laptops, you can listen rigorously. Always the classes is available. Now I would like to introduce the chapter. The 12th chapter is mechanical properties of matter. Mechanical properties of matter. Now, what is the matter? Matter. What is a matter? You take any body, any object. This is one body. This is another body. This is another body. You take any body or any object. A body has massive particles in it, is called matter. A body has massive particles. Every object, every body, every substance. Body, object or substance. These three are given the same meaning. Body, object and substance. These three are given the same meaning. You take any body, it is a combination of particles. Any body. Our body is also a combination of particles. A body has mass. It must have particles, but every particle must have a mass. A body has massive particles in it, is called matter. Must be has particles with mass. That must has a mass. That's why massive particles is called matter. Matter is available in 5 forms. CBSE students know about 5 forms. But the state syllabus students, means up to 10th class you are studying the state syllabus, you know about only 3 forms. CBSE students, in 9th class we have studied about 5 forms, CBSE students. But state syllabus students only know about 3 forms. But actually matter has how many forms? 5 forms. First one is solid form, simply called solids. Liquid form, simply called liquids. Third form, gaseous form or gases. State studied syllabus students, state syllabus studied students only know about 3 forms: solids, liquids and gases. Solids, liquids and gases, and another 2 also there. Fourth one is plasma. Fifth one is Bose condensation. Plasma, Bose condensation state. These topics is not our syllabus. These 2 are not in our syllabus because we will discuss only 3 forms in this chapter: solid forms, liquid form and gas form. These 2 forms also not, it is exist but not in our syllabus. That's why we are not discussing about these 2 forms, only these 3 forms. All of you know about what are the solids and liquids and gases. Up to 10th class we are studying. But once again I am repeating that. Just I am repeating that. Now, which are called solids? And what is a solid form? All of you say, what are the solids? Atoms are closely packed, particles are closely packed. Okay, that is correct. But actual, which is called as a solid or solid form is solid body has surface, size and shape. It is a solid. It has surface. It has a surface and size and shape. It is also has surface. This is the surface. Surface, size and shape. But in the solid, in it, particles are closely packed. How the particles are packed? Closely. Means, what is closely? See, in solids, particles are like this, closely packed. This is in which one? Solids. These are the particles closely packed like this. Okay? Atoms are closely packed. Okay, now next one, liquid form. Liquid body has surface. Surface only, but not shape and surface. Let us take, this is one glass. In this one we take a water. What is taken? Water. Water, it is a liquid. It has only which one? Surface. You can see surface. But has any shape of the liquid? No. Raindrop. Raindrop looks like its shape, just like a ball. It has a surface, but not has shape. Okay, raindrop is in a spherical shape. Why it is, we will discuss in the next classes. But liquids has only surface, but not has shape and surface. But the liquids has shape and surface. If we can take that in any container, if we can take that is any bowl or container or a beaker, container, bowl or beaker, these 3 are given the same meaning. Container, bowl and beaker or a glass, these all are given the same meaning. You take the water or a liquid, in that it selects that shape, but perfectly the liquids not have any shape but has surface. Let us take a water and pour that on the floor. floor. It has any shape? No, that can spread like this. That's why liquids has only surface but not shape and size. In it, particles are packed widely but not closely, widely. Okay? Now, what are the liquids and what is the liquid form? Liquid body has surface only but not shape and size and shape. In it, particles are packed widely. Okay. Now, the third one, gases or gases form. Now, which are called gas? Gases have no shape and not surface. No shape and no surface. Here gas is there, yes, we are breathing. Here we are breathing the gas, but it is visible to us? No. It has any shape? No. The gases have no shape and no surface. Gases have no surface, size and shape. In it, particles are always moved randomly, like this. Randomly means moves in all directions. Maybe in this direction, maybe in this direction, maybe in this direction, maybe in this direction. In all directions it moves. Okay? These are the types of the matter. Gases means no shape, no surface, and particles are moves randomly. These are the three types of the matters in our syllabus. But actual matter is available in how many forms? 5. But here we have discussed about only 3. Okay. First one is solid, second one is liquid, and third one is what again? Gas. Now, solids has a surface, size and shape. Particles are packed by. Liquids has a surface only, but not size and shape. But particles are packed widely. Gases, no surface and no shape. But particles are always moves randomly. Randomly means moves in all directions. Okay. All of you record this matter and first you listen. After that, if you are free, again listen this. Maximum, the first year student listen the classes, which is the mathematical part, that only you can record. Today we are studying temperature and the instrument which is used to measure the temperature. Now, temperature. What is the temperature? Temperature is denoted by the symbol of T. The degree of hotness and coldness. The degree of hotness and coldness is called temperature. Temperature is measured in degree centigrade, measured in degree centigrade or degree Fahrenheit. It is CGS. Temperature is measured in degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit. It is the CGS unit system. And temperature also measured in Kelvin. It is in SI system. Okay. How we want to find the temperature? The temperature is measured by the instrument. That instrument is called thermometer. When we got the fever, we can check our body temperature by the thermometer. Now, thermometer and taps. The instrument is used to measure temperature called thermometer. The instrument is used to measure the temperature is called thermometer. Actual thermometers are 6 types, but in our syllabus we have only 2 types. Now, in this year, we are facing a pandemic disease, COVID-19. I think all are watching in the televisions. One instrument is used to find the temperature if you go to the doctor. Before we are using a thermometer, we can use it here, but nowadays just button is pressed. That is another type of thermometer. That is radiation thermometer. Okay, but that is not in our syllabus. We have only 2 types of thermometers in our syllabus. One is liquid thermometer, another one is gaseous thermometer. Okay, now first we want to discuss about liquid thermometer. Liquid thermometers again 2 types. One is Celsius thermometer, another one is Fahrenheit thermometer. First one is Celsius thermometer, second one is Fahrenheit thermometer. This thermometer is designed by Celsius scientist. That is also there in science. In both thermometers, the construction or the design of the both thermometers are same. In both thermometers, we take this is one capillary tube. It is a capillary tube. It is a capillary tube. In the capillary tube, we have one bulb. It is a bulb. It is also a bulb. In the bulb, first this thermometer is designed. In this bulb, we take a liquid. In this bulb, it is a capillary tube. It is a capillary tube. It is a bulb. In this bulb, we take a liquid. What is the liquid in this bulb? Mercury. What is the liquid in Celsius thermometer? Mercury. In this thermometer, lower fixed point, that is the least value. Least value, lower fixed point is 0 degrees centigrade. Upper fixed point is 100 degrees centigrade. In the Celsius thermometer, what is LFP? Lower fixed point is 0 degrees centigrade. What is upper fixed point? 100 degrees centigrade. In between LFP and UFP, 100 divisions are present. So, Celsius thermometer has 100 divisions between LFP and UFP. This is the first type of the thermometer. Within this thermometer, we find the minimum value is 0 degrees centigrade. What is 0 degrees centigrade? 0 degrees centigrade is the melting point of ice. What is 0 degrees centigrade? 0 degrees centigrade is melting point of the ice. And what about 100 degrees centigrade? 100 degrees centigrade is the boiling point of the water. It means the Celsius thermometer, LFP and UFP are, one is melting point of ice 0 degrees centigrade, that is LFP. Another one is boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade, that is UFP. Okay. With this thermometer, we can measure temperature up to 300 degrees centigrade. But in this thermometer, I have not mentioned that. With the help degree centigrade. This instrument is not supposed to measure the temperature. The temperature is less than 0 degree centigrade. This instrument is not support. So another instrument is design. That instrument design is like this. It is a capillary tube. It has a bulb. In the bulb, which liquid is taken? Alcohol is taken. What is the liquid in Fahrenheit thermometer? Alcohol. And what is the lower fixed point of this Fahrenheit thermometer? 32 degree Fahrenheit. This question is recorded in the last annual examination. What is the lower fixed point of Fahrenheit thermometer? Is 32 degree Fahrenheit. LFT, lower fixed point of alcohol thermometer, Fahrenheit thermometer is 32 degree Fahrenheit. And what is upper fixed point? What is upper fixed point? UFP of alcohol thermometer, that is 212 degree Fahrenheit or 212 degree Fahrenheit. It is a UFP of alcohol thermometer or Fahrenheit thermometer. Between UFP and LFT, how many divisions are exist? It has 180 divisions between LFP and UFP. How many divisions are exist between LFP and UFP of alcohol thermometer? 180. And what about the divisions in Celsius thermometer between LFP and UFP? 100. But alcohol thermometer is how much? 180 degrees. Now, what is the importance of these Celsius thermometer? Fahrenheit thermometer. Fahrenheit thermometer is measured temperature up to -80 degrees centigrade. Up to -80 degrees centigrade. But it is measured only 0 degrees, but not -1, -2, -3, dash, 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 up to dash. -10 also not possible. But it is measured temperature up to -80 degrees centigrade also. That is the speciality of this instrument. What is the speciality of alcohol thermometer? It measures the temperature up to -80 degrees centigrade. That is the importance of this alcohol thermometer. Okay, one is Celsius thermometer and one is Fahrenheit thermometer. Right. In both thermometers, we have one principle for the calibration of the scale. Both thermometer has one principle. What is the principle? Principle of calibration. Calibration. Principle of thermometer. What is the calibration principle of thermometer? Means this is the principle. S minus LFP by UFP minus LFP. This is the calibration principle of thermometer. Now, for Celsius thermometer, what we can write? S minus LFP by UFP minus LFP. Celsius thermometer scale is C. LFP is how much? 0. UFP is how much? 100 minus 0. So how we can write that? S minus LFP by UFP minus LFP is equal to C by 100. This is for Celsius thermometer. Next, for Fahrenheit thermometer. How we can write S minus LFT by UFT minus LFT is equal to foreign thermometer is F minus LFT is how much? 30 by UFT how much? Minus 30. So S minus LFT by UFT minus LFT is equal to F minus 5. Okay, this is the calibration principle of Celsius thermometer. This is the calibration principle for Fahrenheit thermometer. Now, relation between both thermometer scales is, how we can write at this place, C by 100 minus F minus 32 by 1. This is the relation between both thermometers. Okay, but the main important up to the topic is 2 marks question. One is write the LFT and UFT of Celsius thermometer and write the LFT and UFT of Fahrenheit thermometer. This is one of the important question. And next, the relation between Celsius and Fahrenheit thermometer is the principle. C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 by 180. This is the relation between Celsius thermometer and Fahrenheit thermometer. Okay. Now, thermometers. First type of thermometer is liquid thermometer. One is Celsius thermometer. Another one is Fahrenheit thermometer. What is a liquid in Celsius thermometer? Milk. What is a liquid in Fahrenheit thermometer? Alcohol. Okay. We use the thermometers to find our body temperature when we get a fever. That is called a clinical thermometer. Which instrument to find the temperature of our body when we get a fever? That is called clinical thermometer. In the clinical thermometer, we have the scales in both degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit. If we know the temperature in degree centigrade, we convert that into degree Fahrenheit with the help of this equation. If we know the value in degree Fahrenheit, we can convert the temperature in degree centigrade with this principle. This principle is used to convert the value from degree centigrade to degree Fahrenheit or degree Fahrenheit to degree centigrade. Okay. If you are healthy human beings temperature is how much? The healthy human beings temperature is 36.9 degrees centigrade. How much? 36.9 degrees centigrade is the healthy human being temperature in degrees centigrade. But in degree Fahrenheit, how much it is? 98.4 Fahrenheit. The healthy human body or healthy human being person temperature in degree centigrade is how much? 36.9 degrees centigrade. But in Fahrenheit, how much it is there? 98.4 Fahrenheit. Means numerically, which values looks like greater? Fahrenheit value looks like greater. And Celsius value looks like a small. Numerically it is small. Why? It is 36.9 degrees centigrade. Fahrenheit is 98.4 Fahrenheit. Okay. At which temperature the degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit both are coincide? temperature, degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit both are coincide. That is one of the important question in this chapter, either 2 marks or 4 marks. In the next class we will discuss the conversion of degree centigrade into degree Fahrenheit or degree Fahrenheit into degree centigrade with the help of this equation. Being temperature in degree centigrade is how much? 36.9 degrees centigrade. 36.9 degrees centigrade. But in Fahrenheit how much? 98.4 Fahrenheit. This is the healthy human being temperature. Now, one of the important question in this chapter, that may be a 4 marks or 2 marks, that is, find out at which reading Celsius and Fahrenheit scales are coincident. At minus 40 degrees, degree centigrade and degree Fahrenheit is coincident. Means minus 40 degrees centigrade is equal to minus degree Fahrenheit. It means minus 40 degrees centigrade is equal to minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. Now we want to prove that. How we can prove that? Means we want to take the relation between Celsius thermometer and Fahrenheit thermometer. What is the relation between Celsius thermometer and Fahrenheit thermometer? This is the principle. With this we want to prove that at minus 40 degrees centigrade is equal to minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. Further, we want to make C is equal to F is equal to X. Substitute at the place of C is X, at the place of F also X. Okay, 0 cancel, 0 cancel, it is 10, 18, 2 5s are 2 9s. So X by 5 is equal to X minus 5 by 9. Cross multiplication, 9x, 5 into X minus 10. Expand this. 9x is equal to 5 into X, 5x. Minus 32 into 5 or 32 into 5 is how much? 160. Take in this side, 9x minus 5x is equal to minus 160. 9x minus 5x is equal to how much? 4x. 4x is equal to how much? Minus 160. So x is equal to minus 160 by 4. So answer is equal to how much? Minus 1. Means at the place of x what you want to write? Minus 1. So at this temperature, liquid in the thermometer is alcohol. We know that alcohol thermometer measures temperature up to minus 80 degrees centigrade. That's why which thermometer is used to find the minus 40 degree Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit thermometer or alcohol thermometer. That's why this is also one of the important. That's why I made a star mark. At minus 40 degrees centigrade, which liquid must be taken in thermometer? Alcohol. Means in the alcohol thermometer, minus 40 degrees centigrade is equal to how much? Minus degree Fahrenheit. This is one of the important question for maybe a 2 marks or 4 marks. Okay? You must be record this one. This is very important. Two type of thermometers. The first one is liquid thermometer. Second one is gas thermometer. In the last class, we are studied about two liquid thermometers that are Celsius thermometer. Another one is Fahrenheit thermometer. In the Celsius thermometer, the bulb in the thermometer is mercury. Next, in Fahrenheit thermometer, the liquid in the bulb is alcohol. Celsius thermometer measures 0 degree centigrade. Less than that it is not applicable. To find the temperature less than 0 degree centigrade, we use Fahrenheit thermometer. It measures the temperature up to minus 80 degrees centigrade. And we know the LFP and UFP of them. Celsius thermometer, LFP is 0 degree centigrade, that is melting point of ice, and UFP is 100 degree centigrade, it is a boiling point of water. And next, it has 100 divisions in it between LFP and UFP. In Fahrenheit thermometer, the LFP is 32 Fahrenheit and UFP is 212 Fahrenheit. It has 180 divisions between UFP and LFP. And we know the calibration principles of Celsius thermometer, that is C by 100. Fahrenheit thermometer is F minus 32 by 180. And we are established the relation between Celsius thermometer and Fahrenheit thermometer in the previous class, and we are proved that at minus 40 degrees Celsius thermometer and Fahrenheit thermometer are coincide, the readings are coincide. But the two liquid thermometer works under one principle. What is that principle means? Liquid is expands when the temperature is increased. Liquid is expands when the temperature increases. Under that principle, the two liquid thermometers are works. Now, the temperature is less than minus 80 degrees centigrade. These two liquid thermometers are not applicable, not suitable to find the temperature less than minus 80 degrees centigrade. So that we discussed about gas thermometer. Gas thermometer designed by scientist Kelvin. The gas thermometer is similar to the liquid thermometer. The gas thermometer also works under the same principle. What is the same principle? Gases also expands when the temperature increases. Liquid thermometer works under principle. What is the principle? Liquids are expands when the temperature is increases. Similarly, gas thermometer also works the same principle. Gases are expands when the temperature is increases. Now, gas thermometer, this is the capillary tube, this is the bulb. In the bulb, we take ideal gas. What is gas taken? Ideal gas. Okay, what is ideal gas? We will discuss that. It is very, very important. Ideal gas is very, very important in this chapter for 8 marks. This topic again repeats in chemistry also. In the beginning class, I have already said to you. Now, which is taken in the bulb, in the gas thermometer? Ideal gas. Okay, what is LFP? 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin. What is UFP? 100 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin, 100 Kelvin. It is LFP and it is UFP. What is the unit used in the gas thermometer? Kelvin. Simply we can write K. Okay. The gas thermometer is designed by Kelvin. So, on the behalf of his name, the temperature measured by the gas thermometer denoted by the symbol capital T. Temperature symbol is small t, but we find the temperature of the gas, temperature of the object of the gaseous thermometer, the temperature denoted by capital T. Temperature measured by the gas thermometer, it is measured by the symbol of capital T. Capital T is called absolute temperature. Capital T is called absolute temperature. When we use this absolute temperature means if we can find the temperature of any object by the gas thermometer, we use absolute temperature denoted by capital T. The absolute temperature unit is Kelvin. Okay, what is the symbol for absolute temperature? Capital T is equal to small t plus 273.15 Kelvin. What is absolute temperature representation? Capital T is equal to small t plus 273.15 Kelvin. If small t is equal to minus 273.15 degrees centigrade, If small t is equal minus 273.15 degrees centigrade, substitute here. What is answer? 0 Kelvin. This is the zero absolute temperature. Absolute zero or absolute zero temperature or zero absolute temperature. How much its value? 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin means absolute zero absolute temperature value is 0 Kelvin or minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. Okay. Now, what is the zero absolute temperature? Answer is zero absolute temperature. But how we can say this? At 0 Kelvin, temperature of the gas molecules are not. At 0 Kelvin temperature, gas molecules are not moves. Here gas is there, the gas molecules moves. But at 0 Kelvin, gas molecules are not moves. What is the meaning of that? It means in rest. Gas molecules are not moves. Gas molecules is in rest, means in rest. So, volume of the gas is treated as zero. Volume of the gas is treated as zero, but volume of the gas is not zero. The gas molecules are not moves. If we can plot the graph volume versus temperature, volume versus temperature along x-axis temperature, y-axis volume. Okay, let us take 1 liter of a gas. How much? 1 liter of the gas. When temperature increases, the volume of the gas is increases. When the temperature decreases, at this temperature, gas molecules are not moves, but not volume is zero. Gas molecules are not moves. At which temperature gas molecules are not moves, means rest. This temperature is called zero absolute temperature. What is the meaning of zero absolute temperature? At this temperature gas molecules are not moves, means rest. So volume is treated as zero, but not volume is zero. Okay, right. This is very important point. All are confused about this. Once again listen carefully. After completion of this video, once and twice or thrice we must be listen carefully. What is the meaning of zero absolute temperature? At this temperature gas molecules are not moves, means rest. Volume is not zero, but we can treat it that. Okay. Now, what is absolute temperature value? Capital T is equal to 0 Kelvin or small t is equal to minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. At this temperature, gas molecules are not moves. Okay? If you have any doubt, compulsory contact to me. Again, I will explain if you are contact in my mobile. Right. Okay. Next. The next topic in this chapter is very important. For 2 marks. Again it is in chemistry also. Boyle's law and Charles law. Now first, Boyle's law. Robert Boyle, he was given one principle about the gases. After him another scientist Charles is given. First we listen the Boyle's law. At constant temperature, capital T, gas compulsory temperature is denoted by capital T. At constant temperature, volume of the gas V is inversely proportional to pressure. At constant temperature, this is very important. Which one? At constant temperature, volume of the gas is inversely proportional to pressure. This is called Boyle's law. How we can express mathematically? P proportional to 1 by V. If you remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. What is a mathematical expression for Boyle's law? P proportional to 1 by V. Remove the proportionality, we will get one constant, that is K. So, PV is equal to K. Otherwise, we can write P1, V1 is equal to P2, V2. This is one of the important, that is a Boyle's law. Now, the next one is Charles law. After the Boyle, Charles also explained about the gases when the temperature increases, but Charles is explained two laws. How many laws? Two laws. Now first, Charles law or first law. Now what he was says, at constant pressure, at constant pressure, volume of the gas is proportional to the temperature. This is the Charles law. Gas, so temperature compulsory, capital T, you write absolute temperature or capital T. So what is the mathematical form? V proportional to T. If we remove the proportionality, we will get again one constant. What is the K? K is a constant. Or V by T is equal to K. So V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. This is the Charles law or called Charles first law. Okay, what is the Charles law or Charles first law? At constant pressure, volume of the gas is proportional to the temperature is called Charles law. Now we want to discuss about again another law that is called Charles law, but it is called second law. What is the Charles second law? At constant value, at constant value, pressure of the gas is proportional to the temperature. This is called Charles second law or Charles law. What is the mathematical expression? P proportional to T. P is equal to K into T. What is the K? K is constant again. So P by T is equal to K, or P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. This is the Charles second law. Okay, Boyle's law, PV is equal to constant. Charles law, first law, V by T is equal to constant. Charles second law, P by T is equal to constant. Okay, these are the law of gases. Boyle's law and Charles law. Boyle's law and Charles law are called law of gases. Okay, now the next one, this is important in this chapter, that is ideal gas. Ideal gas. This is very important in this chapter. Which gas obeys all the laws of gases? All the laws of gases means how many laws are we are studied? Boyle's law and Charles law, but Charles two laws. So which gas obeys the law of gases like Boyle's and Charles is called ideal gas. Which gas obeys law of gases like boil and chorless is called ideal gas. Which gas obeys law of gases like boil and chorless is called ideal gas. Okay, up to here, especially Boyle's law, Chorless law, very very important for 2 marks, and absolute temperature and zero absolute temperature, these two also important for 2 marks. Now the next we will discuss very very important question in this chapter for 8 marks, that is derivation of an ideal gas. This is a very important question in this chapter for 8 marks, that is derivation of an ideal gas equation. It is very easy and very important. Now let us see how we can derive that. Consider 1 mole. The gas is always measured in moles. What is the mole we will discuss in the next classes. Consider mole. Mole symbol is N. Consider 1 mole of an ideal gas in 1 container, means 1 box. Consider 1 mole. Mole symbol is N. N is equal to 1 of an ideal gas in a container. In this container, its pressure is P1, value is V1, temperature is T1. Initial pressure is P1, initial value is V1, initial temperature is T1. We know that now. Ideal gas means it obeys Boyle's law. Okay. Now first, if it is obeys Boyle's law, obeys Boyle's law, what happened? Boyle's law means which is constant in Boyle's law? Which is constant? Temperature is constant, that's why you take T1. The pressure is inversely proportional to value. So you take pressure is P2, value is V only. Initial pressure is P1, final pressure is P2. Initial value is V1, final value is V, but temperature is constant. Okay, it obeys Boyle's law, and not only that, it obeys which law? Chorless law. Obeys Chorless law. We know that in Chorless law, which is constant? In Chorless first law, Chorless law, which is constant? Pressure is constant. At constant pressure, volume of the gas, let us take V2, is directly proportional to temperature. So here volume changes, temperature changes. In Boyle's law, temperature is constant, but pressure and volume are changing. But in Chorless law, pressure is constant, but volume and temperature is constant. Now let us see. Number 1. What is the first one? Boyle's law. What is the Boyle's law formula? P1 is equal to P2, but here it is, we take V. Now let us take V is equal to how much? P1 by P2. In first case we can take like this. Okay, means here it obeys which law? Boyle's law. Let us take equation 1. In second case, what it is do? It obeys Chorless law. In Chorless law, what is the formula? V1 by T1. But instead of V1, what is there? V. Instead of V2 is there by T2. Now, let us take. It is from this. V is equal, how we can write? V2 T1 by T2. But followed here, which law obeys? Boyle's law. This is the Boyle's law. What is the actual Boyle's law? P1 is equal to P2 V2. Instead of V2, which is here V. So cross multiplication you take here. P1 V1 by P2. Let us make equation now. Okay. Boys lies over. Next, obeys which law? Charles law. In Charles law, what happened? Pressure is constant. What is the relation? V1 by T1. But instead of V1, which is there? V. V by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Again, cross multiplication. So what we can get? V is equal to V2 T1 by T2. Now, let us take this is equation 2. From 1 comma 2. What you want to write at the place of V? You write this way. T1 V1 by P2 is equal to V2 T1 by T2. Right. Now, P1 V1, here T1 is there. You take T1 in the denominator. And here V2 T2 is there, but P2 is there, it is in the numerator. Means we take cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. So what we can get is P1 P1 by P1 is equal to P2 V2 by P. But how we can write this? PV by P is equal to constant. But PV by T, here constant is capital R. So P is equal to RT. What is here is R is called universal gas constant. What is capital R? Universal gas constant. Its value is fixed. 8.314 joule molecules in units. This is the ideal gas equation for 1 mole of gas. If n moles of gas is taken, then PV is equal to how much? PV is equal to nRT. It is for number of moles. So n is equal to capital M by small m by capital M. What is small m? Mass of gas. Capital M. Molecule of weight of gas. Okay now? Right. So we can write okay, this is the derivation of an ideal gas. Now let us see derivation of an ideal gas once again. Consider 1 mole. What is the symbol for mole? Small n. N is equal to 1 of an ideal gas in a container. This is one container or one enclosure. Initial pressure P1, initial value P1, initial temperature T1. Obeys boils. Obeys boils which is constant. Temperature is constant. So T1 is T1. Only which is changes? Pressure and volume are changing. So pressure P1 becomes P2. Value V1 becomes V. Next, ideal gas obeys not only Boyle's law and also obeys Charles law. In Charles law, which is constant? Pressure is constant. So pressure is constant. Which are changes? Volume and temperature are changing. So this value V becomes V2. Temperature T1 becomes T2. Okay, that we can written here. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V. So V is equal by the cross multiplication we get equation 1. In the second stage, What is the Charles law? V1 by T1. Instead of V1, what is there? V. V by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. And cross multiplication, we get equation from 1 and 2. What we can get? At the place of V, you write this one. T1 V1 by T2 is equal to V2 T1 by T2. You take T1 is here and T2 is here. T1 here, T2 is here. So here like this. T1 V1 by T2 is equal to T2 V2 by T2. So how we can write PV by T is equal to constant. This constant taken as R. Now let us take cross multiplication. PV is equal to R. This is the ideal gas equation for one mole of the gas. But in this one, what is the capital R? This is ideal gas equation for one mole of the gas. What is the R? Universal gas constant. How much the value of this? 8.314 joule mole inverse kilograms. Okay, it is for one mole. If you take n moles, it means 2, 3, 4 tablets. If n moles of gas is taken, then what we can write? Instead of 1, we can take n. PV is equal to n. PV is equal to n for n moles. What is n? Already I mentioned. What is n? They have already mentioned, but again I have written number of moles. What is n? Small m by capital. What is small m? Small m is mass of the gas. What is capital M? Molecular weight of the gas. So you can write like this also. PV is equal to small m by capital M RT. This is the very important question in this chapter for 8 marks. See that and record in your notes. This is the mathematical derivation. Record in your notes and must be practice. Why means we get compulsory this question in the examination under 8 marks. In this class we will discuss some important topics. Each one is important for 2 marks. First one, application of expansion of solids. Why we are studying expansion of the solids? Is there any use in our daily life? Now first, you see the railway track like this. This is the railway track between two successive rails. Like this. This is one like this. This is the railway track. Between the two successive, some gap is left. This is the gap. This is also gap. This is the railway track. These are okay. Now this is the gap between the two successive rails. This is the gap. This is also gap. Why the gap is left between the two successive rails? Means gap is left between two successive rails in the railway track. Why? In a summer, temperature is increases, so that are expands. How much that are expand? By considering of that, the gap is left between the rails in the railway track. But the first application, gap is left between two successive rails in the railway track. Why means in the summer that maybe expands. By the consideration of that, the gap is left. Means here you write due to expansion in summer. Okay? Due to expansion in summer. This is the first one and important for 2 marks. Now let us take iron tire. You take bull cart. In a bull cart, it has wooden wheel. This is the bull cart, this is the wooden wheel, like this. This is the wheel. Around the wheel, iron tire is present. This iron tire is not leaves. Iron tire is not leaves from the wooden wheel of bull cart. Why means the iron tire is first heated by the blacksmith. Blacksmith is heated that, then after he was fixed that on the wooden wheel and riveted. Means by using a nail it was pushed, rivet. So after some time whatever temperature decreases, it is not leaves. That's why iron tire is fixed on the wooden wheel of bull cart by heating. By heating and wound, chuttulla, wound around it. Heating and wound around it. Okay? These are the two applications. This is very important for 2 marks. Okay, next one. Another topic. This is also one of the small topic, that is bimetallic strip. Bimetallic strip temperature effect. Bimetallic means two metals, which we can take here. One is copper, another one is steel. First one is copper, another one is steel. Copper expansion is more, but steel expansion is less. Copper expansion is more, humidity that is expands. The expansion of the copper is more than the expansion of the steel. We take the two in the form of a thin sheets, very thin sheets, and you can stick on together. We will take that in the form of one sheet. It is called as bimetallic strip. Now, this is the bimetallic strip, copper and steel. When the temperature is increases, when the heat energy is given, if you give the heat energy, automatically temperature what happens? Increases. When the temperature is increases, it is expands but selects one shape. It is expands but selects one shape. What is that shape? Convex shape. Select which one? Convex shape, like this. When this shape is selected, temperature is increases. It selects the convex shape. If the temperature is decreases, it selects another shape, that is concave shape. Bimetallic strip selects the convex shape when temperature is increases. Selects the concave shape when temperature what happen? Decreases. This is important in this chapter for 4 marks. When it is expands, when it is contrast. You must draw the diagrams. By the diagrams you must be explained. How you can explain? The expansion of the copper is more than the steel. That's why when the temperature increases, it selects the convex shape. If the temperature is decreases, it selects the concave shape. But what is the use of this? This bimetallic strip, it is used in the automatic refrigerators. If in your houses refrigerator is there, you watch that sometime the machine is runs, after some time the machine is switched off, is motor in it, motor runs, and after some time it is itself fully switched off, then after itself fully it is switched on. Why it is happened? Why it is means in the automatic refrigerator one strip is provided. The strip is bimetallic. bimetallic steel. It is used in the automatic refrigerators. Next, it is used in the thermostats, micro ovens. Thermostat means to keep the room is warm. To keep the room is warm, especially in cold countries, not in our India. Okay, in our India also some cold places. Thermostats they are used when the temperature is very less, especially in winter season. The temperature is very less. To keep the room is warm, we use the thermostats. And next for micro ovens, you can see that in bakery shops. In bakery shops, you can put samosa and another food items, egg puff, curry puff, that are kept in one box. That is called micro oven. In the micro oven also, this bimetallic strip is used. Not only that, in automatic iron box also, this bimetallic strip is used. Number of applications are there. Only I am mentioned two. Why means it is important for 2 marks. Okay. Where the automatically machine is works, where the automatic machine is automatically works, at that place compulsory bimetallic strip is used. Next, okay, this is one topic. Contraction of solids by temperature. Question: can the solids or expand? Give an example. This is the question. What is the question? Can the solids or contrast? Give an example. Answer is yes. Solids are contrast, but not all. Some of the solids are contrast. What are that? In the solids, only one metal. In the solids, only one metal is contrast, not expand. Contrast. What is that one? Cast iron. Cast iron, it is only metal. Contrast. Okay. Non-metals. Rubber, non-metal. Polythene, non-metal. Plastic, non-metal. Skin, non-metal, etc. These non-metals also contrast, but non-metals also a solid. Rubber is a solid, plastic is a solid, that are contrast when the temperature is increases. But what is a metal? Only one metal. What is that metal? Cast iron. That's why cast iron is only metal. Remaining non-metals, rubber, polythene, plastic, skin, etc. Solids are contracts when temperature of the body increases. Okay, this topic is important for 2 marks. Can a solids or contrast? Give an example. Answer is yes. You write these are examples. Okay. Right. Another 2 marks question. Inverse steel. Inverse steel. This is a metal. This metal neither expands nor contrasts by increasing its temperature. When the temperature increases, it is not expands nor contrast. That metal is inverse steel. What is the use of this? It is used as a tape from a scale to measure the length. I think you are also using a scales to make a lines in mathematics. In mathematics books or in a plain paper you can make a lines. Scale is provided. If it is a transparent limit, if it is metal, you are using a scales to make a lines. In geometry box you have it. If it is a transparent limit, but if it is a metal, compulsory is made by which one? Inverse steel. Inverse steel is used to prepare tapes from a scales to measure the length. Otherwise, you go to the textile merchant shop. If you want to purchase any shirt piece or a point piece, he can ask how much length is required, sir. He can use one scale. That scale is made by the which metal? Inverse steel. Okay. Next one. What is another use? It is used as a pendulum in wall clock. time. Pendulum in a wall clock. It is made by which metal? Inverse steel. It is a metal. That's why it is neither expands nor contracts. You know that one? In summer temperature is small. It is not expands. In winter temperature is less. It is not contrast. That's why the inverse steel is used to measure the length as a scale and also used as a pendulum to measure the time. Yes, these topics are important for 2 marks questions. Okay, expansion of solids under this topic. What we have studied, types of expansions, alpha, beta, gamma, then of the relation and applications, bimetallic stream, next contraction of solids and inverse stream. Okay, these are the topics under the expansion of the solids. Okay, these all the topics are important for 2 marks. In this class we will discuss some important topics. Each one is important for 2 marks. First one, application of expansion of solids. Why we are studying expansion of the solids? Is there any use in our daily life? Now first, you see the railway track like this. This is the railway track between two successive rails. Like this. This is one like this. This is the railway track. Between the two successive, some gap is left. This is the gap. This is also gap. This is the railway track. These are okay. Now this is the gap between the two successive rails. This is the gap. This is also gap. Why the gap is left between the two successive rails? Means gap is left between two successive rails in the railway track. Why? In a summer, temperature is increases, so that are expands. How much that are expand? By considering of that, the gap is left between the rails in the railway track. But the first application, gap is left between two successive rails in the railway track. Why means in the summer that maybe expands. By the consideration of that, the gap is left. Means here you write due to expansion in summer. Okay? Due to expansion in summer. This is the first one and important for 2 marks question. Now let us take iron tire. You take bull cart. In a bull cart, it has wooden wheel. This is the bull cart. This is the wooden wheel, like this. This is the wheel. Around the wheel, iron tire is present. This iron tire is not leaves. Iron tire is not leaves from the wooden wheel of bull cart. Why means the iron tire is first heated by the blacksmith. Blacksmith is heated that, then after he was fixed that on the wooden wheel and riveted. Means by using a nail it was pushed, rivet. So after some time, whatever temperature decreases, it is not leaves. That's why iron tire is fixed on the wooden wheel of bull cart by heating, and wound, chuttulla wound around it. Heating and wound around it. Okay, these are the two applications. This is very, very important for 2 marks. Okay, next one. Another topic. This is also one of the small topic, that is bimetallic strip. Bimetallic strip temperature effect. Bimetallic means two metals, which we can take here. One is copper, another one is steel. First one is copper, another one is steel. Copper expansion is more, but steel expansion is less. Copper expansion is more, humidity that is expands. The expansion of the copper is more than the expansion of the steel. We take the two in the form of a thin sheets, very thin sheets, and we can stick on together. We will take that in the form of one sheet. It is called as bimetallic strip. Now, this is the bimetallic strip, copper and steel. When the temperature is increases, when the heat energy is given, if you give the heat energy, automatically temperature what happens? Increases. When the temperature is increases, it is expands but selects one shape. It is expands but selects one shape. What is that shape? Convex shape. Select which one? Convex shape, like this. When this shape is selected, temperature is increases. It selects the convex shape. If the temperature is decreases, it selects another shape, that is concave shape. Bimetallic strip selects the convex shape when temperature is increases. Selects the concave shape when temperature what happen? Decreases. This is important in this chapter for 4 marks. When it is expands, when it is contrast. You must draw the diagrams. By the diagrams you must be explain. How you can explain? The expansion of the copper is more than the steel. That's why when the temperature increases, it selects the convex shape. When the temperature is decreases, it selects the concave shape. But what is the use of this? This bimetallic strip, it is used in the automatic refrigerators. If in your houses refrigerator is there, you watch that sometime the machine is runs, after some time the machine is switched off, is motor in it, motor runs, and after some time it is itself fully switched off, then after itself fully it is switched off. Why it is happened? Why it is means in the automatic refrigerator one strip is provided. The strip is bimetallic strip. It is used in the automatic refrigerators. Next, it is used in the thermostats, micro ovens. Thermostat means to keep the room is warm. Especially in cold countries, not in our India. Okay, in our India also some cold places. Thermostats they are used when the temperature is very, very less. Especially in winter season, the temperature is very, very less. To keep the room is warm, we use the thermostats. And next for microwaves, you can see that in bakery shops. In bakery shops, you can samosa, and another food items, egg puff, curry puff, that are kept in one box, that is called micro oven. In the micro oven also this bimetallic strip is used. Not only that, in automatic iron box also this bimetallic strip is used. Number of applications are there. Only I am mentioned two. Why means it is very important for 2 marks also. Okay. Where the automatically machine is works, where the automatic machine is automatically works, at that place compulsory bimetallic strip is used. Next, okay, this is one topic. Contraction of solids by temperature. Question: can the solids are expand? Give example. This is the question. What is the question? Can the solids are contrast? Give example. Answer is yes. Solids are contrast, but not all. Some of the solids are contrast. What are that? In the solids, only one metal. In the solids, only one metal is contrast, not expand. Contrast. What is that one? Cast iron. Cast iron, it is only metal. Contrast. Okay. Non-metals. Rubber, non-metal. Polythene, non-metal. Plastic, non-metal. Skin, non-metal, etc. These non-metals also contrast, but non-metals also is solid. Rubber is a solid, plastic is a solid, that are contrast when the temperature is increases. But what is a metal? Only one metal. What is that metal? Cast iron. That's why cast iron, it is only metal. Remaining non-metals, rubber, polythene, plastic, skin, etc. Solids are contracts when temperature of the body increases. Okay, this topic is important for 2 marks. Can a solids or contrast? Give example. Answer is yes. You write these are examples. Okay. Right. Another 2 marks question. Inverse steel. Inverse steel. This is a metal. This metal neither expands nor contrasts by increasing its temperature. When the temperature increases, it is not expands nor contrast. That metal is inverse steel. What is the use of this? It is used as a tape from a scale to measure the length. I think you are also using a scale to make a lines in mathematics. In mathematics books or in a plain paper, you can make a lines. Scale is provided. If it is a transparent limit, if it is metal, you are using a scales to make a lines. In geometry box you have it. If it is a transparent limit, but if it is a metal, compulsory it is made by which one? Inverse steel. Inverse steel is used to prepare tapes from a scales to measure the length. Otherwise, you go to the textile merchant shop. If you want to purchase any shirt piece or a point piece, he can ask how much length is required, sir. He can use one scale. That scale is made by the which metal? Inverse steel. Okay. Next one. What is another use? It is used as a pendulum in wall clock to measure the time. Pendulum in a wall clock. It is made by which metal? Inverse steel. It is a metal. That's why it is neither expands nor contracts. You know that one? In summer temperature is more, it is not expands. In winter temperature is less, it is not contrast. That's why the inverse steel is used to measure the length as a scale and also used as a pendulum to measure the time. Yes, these topics are important for 2 marks questions. Okay, expansion of solids under this topic. What we have studied, types of expansions, alpha, beta, gamma, then of the relation and applications, bimetallic stream, next contraction of solids and inversely. Okay, these are the topics under the expansion of the solids. Okay, these all the topics are important for 2 marks. One small topic and important for 2 marks question. And you are confused in school level what is heat and what is the temperature. Again the topics we are discussing now clearly. Now heat, it is denoted by the symbol of Q. Heat is denoted by the symbol of Q. What is the heat? It is one form of energy. Energy. It is available in number of forms. What are that forms? We have studied in the lower classes. Few I am repeating. Kinetic energy, potential energy, light energy, electric energy, and this is heat energy, or simply called by heat. Heat is one form of energy. But what is the definition of the heat? Energy transferred from high temperature to low temperature. Energy transferred from high temperature to low temperature is called heat energy, or simply called by heat. Again the symbol is Q. And we can express the heat in another form also. The sensation of hotness and coolness. Sensation means if you can touch, if you touch any object, you feel that it is a cool, or you can feel that it is a hot. The sensation of hotness and coolness also treated as a heat. But the definition is this: the energy transferred from high temperature to low temperature is called heat. Symbol is Q. But how we can measure the heat energy? Heat energy is measured in calories, shortcut CAL. It is CPS unit, system. Another one is joule. It is in SI system. Before the Joule is a scientist. Joule is conducted one experiment. From that experiment, heat energy unit is also taken as a joule. Before that, heat energy unit is calorie. But when we use the calorie, when we use the joule, this is very, very important. The heat energy unit is calorie when the energy released by the chemical reactions. If the energy released by the chemical reactions, the energy is measured in calories. Calories. If the heat energy is generated by the mechanical work, it is measured in joule. So in chemistry, we will discuss endothermic reactions, exothermic reactions, endothermic and exothermic reactions. In that one, how we can measure the energies? Calories or kilocalories. Means by chemical reaction, the heat energy is generated. It is measured in calories. Our body also having energy, that is also measured in calories. How we can get energy in our body? By consuming of the food. That's why you can purchase any food item. In that one compulsory, it was printed how much energy is released by that food item. Compulsory it is printed by calories or kilocalories. If you can purchase a biscuit packet, compulsory in that one, energy is printed as calories. If you eat a chocolate also, in that one the energy is indicated. It is by calories. Why? When we can eat it, the chemical reaction is occurred in our body. So that energy released, the energy released by the chemical reactions measured in calories. But when the job, the energy released by the mechanical work, you take your palms, rub it, we get the energy. Here work is done. In this situation, the heat energy is generated. That heat energy is measured in joule, it is SI. 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joule. 1 calorie is equal to how much? 4.186 joule. Shortcut, we can write 4.22 joules also. Or we can write it is how much? 4.2 joule also. Shortcut, or 4.2 joule. Okay. This is about the heat energy. Now what is the difference between heat and temperature? What is the difference between heat and temperature? You see the 4 points. Heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy, here I mentioned. Temperature, it is a degree of hotness and coldness of a body. It is degree of hotness and coolness of a body. Second point, heat. It is a cause on the body. It is a one cause. But temperature, it is an effect on a body. Okay. Next. Heat, it is determined by calorimeter. Heat energy is measured by the calorimeter. But temperature is determined by thermometer. That we have already studied in the previous classes. Its unit is joule or Kelvin. Its unit is degree centigrade, degree Fahrenheit or Kelvin. Okay, these are the differences between heat energy and temperature. Okay, when we are giving heat energy to any object, when we are giving heat energy to any object, that object temperature is increases. If you give the heat energy to any object, the temperature is increases. So any object means in the beginning class we are studying bodies or a matter, that is our chapter name. The matter is available in 3 forms: solids and liquids and gases. Solids, liquids and gases. When we are giving the heat energy to the solids, what happened? If we give the heat energy to the liquids, what happened? If we give the heat energy to the gases, what happened? That we want to discuss. When heat energy is given to the solids, temperature increases, and gives to the liquids, that the temperature also increases, and gases temperature also increases. Not only that, when the heat energy is given to the solids, not only temperature increases, that expands under one condition, it is contrast. How? That we will discuss in the next classes. Take this and record this in your notes. The difference between the heat and temperature is important for 2 marks. We are studied about expansion of the solids. Some of the solids are contrast, and one solid can expand and not contrast. Once again I am repeating that all metals are expands. All solids means all metals are expands, except of one metal, that is cast iron. Cast iron is not expands, it is contrast when the temperature is increases. Not only in cast iron, rubber, plastic and polythene, except also contrast when the temperature is increased. Next, inverse steel, it neither expands nor contrast when the temperature increases. increases. That's why we use the inverse stream as a tape and also a pendulum. Next, bimetallic stream. These are the topics covered in the last classes. Today, expansion of liquids. Liquids are expands. Liquids are expands by increasing its temperature. Liquids are expands by increasing the temperature. Liquids are expands. Liquids are expands by increasing. Liquids are expands by increasing the temperature. Liquids are expands by increasing the temperature. So its value is increased. Okay, temperature increases. Liquids are expands. We know that liquids have no shape, no surface. It selects the shape of a container. If you take the liquid in which container or which bowl, it selects that shape. So that has a value, because when the temperature is increases, liquids are expands, its value which is increases, value is increases. Okay. Expansion of liquids are two types. How many types? Two types. That are, number one, coefficient of real expansion. Coefficient of real expansion. Okay, expansion is upward value. That's why symbol is gamma. Value increases. So the coefficient of real expansion, gamma or real. Second one is coefficient of expansion, gamma A. Operant. Operant means it is appears to us. One is real, another one is appears. That's why the liquid expansion is how many types? Two types. One is coefficient of real expansion, gamma. Another one is coefficient of apparent expansion, gamma A. What is the principle for gamma? Value is there. That's why V2 minus V1 by V1 into V2 minus T1. Gamma is also same. V2 minus V1 by V1 into V2 minus T1. Principle is same. But in these two, which is greater? Gamma R greater than gamma A. This expansion is more than this. Now we have a relation. Now we want to see that relation. Let us say this is one container. In the container we take a liquid up to A. Up to A. Then give the heat energy. When we are giving the heat energy, we are giving heat energy. So what happens? First, container expands. Container made by the glass to appears to take a glass. First, container is expanded. So the liquid level it is expands. If it is expands, the liquid is moves from A to B. That's why AB is called expansion of glass or expansion of container. After that, this liquid is received the heat energy. Now it starts to expand. It expands from B to C. Expands from B to C. But it is appears for us from A to C. It is appears from A to C. That's why AC is apparent expansion of liquid. But actual expansion from A to where? B to C. B2 is the real, but it appears from A to C. Why? We take the liquid first at point up to point A. So we feel that it expands from A to C. But A to C is a apparent expansion, but really is B to C. That's why B to C is called, BC is called real expansion of liquid. Now let us see the figure. From the figure what we can write, BC is What is BC? Real expansion. That's why gamma R. What is AC? Apparent expansion gamma A. And what is AB? Expansion of glass. So this is the relation between coefficient of real expansion and apparent expansion. The apparent expansion of the liquid is had by expansion of the glass. So this is the relation between gamma R, gamma A and gamma G. Gamma means expansion of the solid. Is coefficient of value expansion. Coefficient of value expansion is how many times the coefficient of linear expansion? 3 times. That's 3 alpha. And coefficient of value expansion is how many times greater than the coefficient of field expansion or area expansion? 3 by 2. Okay. These are the equations. There is a chance to get the problems, especially in entrance point of view. This is very, very important. Now, okay, when the temperature is increases, volume of the liquids is increases. If the volume is increases, what will happen? If the volume is increases, the density is decreases. If the volume is increases, the density what happen? Decreases. That's why liquids density is decreases by increasing the temperature. Liquid's density is decreases by increasing the temperature. Now, how we can write the mathematical expression for it? It is gamma is equal to d1 minus d2 by d2 into d2 minus 2. This is the principle for apparent expansion, real expansion of the liquid in terms of density. It is in terms of volume. Okay. These two. This is also important while doing the problems. It means that the temperature increases, the volume of the liquid increases, but density what happens? Decreases. Study about expansion of the liquids. Is there any liquid is contrast? Answer is yes. That liquid is water. Water not only expand, it is also contract. Now that we will discuss as one topic. This is the topic, anomalous expansion of water. This is important in this chapter for examination point of view. Under 2 marks and 4 marks. Now let us first see the 4 marks. By increasing the temperature of water from 0 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade. By increasing the temperature of water from 0 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade, water is contract instead of expansion. Instead of expansion, what happened is contrast. This behavior of water is called anomalous expansion or anomalous expansion of water. Now we plot a graph between volume of the water versus temperature. Let us take this is a 0 degree centigrade. We take some 1 liter of the water. When temperature increases, volume decreases up to 4 degrees. After 4 degrees, when the temperature increases, volume decreases. Means at 4 degrees centigrade, the value what happened? Minimum. Value is minimum at 4 degrees centigrade. Value is minimum. Now let us take density. In the last class we have studied when the value is increases, density is decreases. If the value is decreases, density is increases. That's why we can plot a graph. Density versus temperature. Let us take 0 degrees centigrade some density. When temperature increases, density increases and becomes maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. centigrade. Then after temperature increases, density what happened? Decreases. So at 4 degrees centigrade water value is minimum, but density what happened? Maximum. Means at 4 degrees centigrade the volume of the water is minimum, density is maximum. But is there any use of anomalous expansion of water? Yes. Number of are there. Just I am explaining the two reasons, two applications. Now what are the two applications? Due to this means due to anomalous expansion of water. In winter season, rocks all break in the hill stations. Hill stations. Now let us see just like a Tirupati. Otherwise, Amarnath Yatra we can listen. Especially in winter season, the rocks all break. Why it is? Inside the rock, water is present. That water is expands when the temperature is reduces. Means the temperature is less than 4 degrees centigrade. Less than 4 degrees centigrade value increases, so the rock will break. And due to this, aquatic animals, just like a fish or a prawns, otherwise the crocodiles, the small type of the aquatic animals that can survive in the river or ponds or lakes, even that are frozen in winter. But how that can survive, means how the aquatic animals can survive, that is important for 4 marks. Okay, this is one of the topic important for 2 marks. And record that in your notes, but you must be listen that at 4 degrees centigrade, the volume of the water is minimum, but density is what happened? Maximum. Okay, this is the one of the topic and important for. This topic is important for 4 marks for examination point of view. Advantages to aquatic animals due to anomalous behavior or anomalous expansion of water. Let us see, this is one lake. In the lake, water is there. Especially this is occur in cold countries. In cold countries, the atmospheric temperature is as usually less, but in winter season it is decreases. Next. Okay. In cold countries, as atmospheric temperature is decreases, so the temperature is 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, as usual, the total water temperature is 10. Now the atmospheric temperature is reduces from 10 to 5, then after 4. When the temperature is decreases, the volume also decreases. The volume also decreases. Now the temperature is less than 4 degrees centigrade. The temperature is less than 4 degrees centigrade. So the volume of the liquid starts to what happen? Increases. So when the atmospheric temperature is decreased 4 degrees centigrade, okay, the total water is 4 degrees centigrade. Up to that the water is circulated, like that means the upper water comes to the bottom lower layers goes to upper. This is running when the temperature is reduces. Now the temperature is 4 degrees centigrade, okay. Then after it becomes 3 degrees centigrade. 3 degrees centigrade, what happens? It is starts to expand. Starts to expand. That's why 4 degrees centigrade, the temperature is now 3 degrees. The value is increases. Then after temperature is 2 degrees, again value increases. Temperature is 1 degree, again value is increases. Temperature is 0 degrees centigrade, again the value is increases till the surface of the water is frozen or become as ice. This is happening, means on the surface ice will form, but at the bottom here from bottom it is ice. Then after 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But here aquatic animals can survive. Okay, this is happening. That's why this is the formation of ice at the top with the water below. Anomalous expansion of water moves the upper layers to bottom and lower layers moves to top. Now let us see. In cold countries at atmospheric temperature decreases, the upper layers of the lakes or rivers etc. cool and contrast and sink in the bottom as shown in the figure. Okay, this is the explanation. This goes until the whole water reaches the temperature of 4 degrees centigrade. After means after 4 degrees. After that, by increasing temperature, water is expands, moves up till the surface is frozen. Is ice. Okay, this is the important question for 4 marks. Anomalous expansion of water or anomalous behavior of water. This is very important for 4 marks. Is it clear? Once again listen that in cold countries, as usually atmospheric temperature is less. If the temperature is decreases, the upper layers of the lakes or rivers etc. cool and contract. Why temperature decreases? Volume is decreases. Volume decreases means contrast. So that is sink, moves to the bottom. That is sink and moves to the bottom as shown in the figure. See in the first figure. We can take one square shape, means that is circulated like this. Okay, the volume is decreases, so the water layers moves to the bottom up to the whole water temperature is 4 degrees centigrade. Okay, this is happened, the circulation is happened up to the total water is 4 degrees centigrade. After that, the temperature is decreases. Sorry, after by not increasing, after by decreasing. Sorry, here it is. Decreasing the temperature of water, it starts to expand. Move until the water becomes frozen or the surface of the water becomes frozen. Means after 4 degrees centigrade, if the temperature decreases or not increases, decreases, the water is expands, moves up until the surface is frozen. So in the bottom, as usually water is there, in that water aquatic animals can survive. Okay, this video you listen twicely or thricely as you wish, and compulsory in the examination you draw the diagrams.